Hello, and thank you for joining me today. We're going to watch the first 10 minutes of Keeping Up with the Joneses. I have seen this whole movie and I wanted to show it to you because it's a comedy that I think it's an action comedy, and I think they did a really good job with the whole film. It's not, legendary. It's not something you have to watch a million times, but it was first envisioned, as I understand it, to be a sequel to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And just keeping that in mind while I was watching it made me enjoy it that much more. I found all of the characters really interesting and well motivated and well designed. And I was intrigued, from the get-go. I really liked kind of the stakes, and the action scenes were well done. There were a couple of really well done action scenes. We're gonna watch the first 10 minutes. I'm gonna just point out some great screenwriting here that they do in Keeping Up with the Joneses. So let's press play. And of course, we have great acting in this, and we have to just look past that to get to the story, the script, what's going to be in the script.
Well, when I get a little stressed out or my anxiety spikes, I close my eyes and picture my cul-de-sac and my wonderful wife, Karen, and our two sons, Patrick and Mikey. Because that's the place where I know everything is always okay, no matter what.
Okay, so that is a great change up to a cliche. So, I probably would have commented that, oh great, here we go with the voiceover. We don't need the voiceover. But as I said, when the voiceover is the opposite of what we see on the screen, right? He said, I know everybody's safe in my perfect little cul-de-sac, and then the house explodes. Then you can do voiceover, and you notice how quick it was. They got right to the jokes. Set up, punchline. And so that was the setup. It was like, I live in this perfect little place, boom, the whole house explodes. Feel free to try out those subversions of cliches.
Change your socks, okay, guys? Change your socks.
See, such a quick little scene, and we know exactly who those people are.
Because he gave me a really weird look when I smelled his breath.
I think you just startled him.
Huh, look, there's Meg.
Hey, Meg.
Woo! I sold it!
Oh, that was so fast.
Thank you, all cash buyers.
All cash buyers, that's fancy.
Yeah, and the best part is they didn't even see it. They just saw the pictures online. I haven't even met them in person. It's crazy.
Who buys a house without seeing it first?
So exciting, new neighbors, right?
You already get the
And
humor
Karen,
here.
I left your card in the foyer just in case they want a decorator.
Thank you.
Did you tell Jeff about my new idea for the guest bathroom?
Now I know she's a decorator.
No?
Artist's loft. Think Brooklyn. Okay, exposed brick, visible plumbing, and a urinal.
A urinal.
That's really for me. Meg wants me standing up again.
Well, I suppose I better get started on the urinal.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're getting started on. Empty house, kids are gone. Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
It's already funny.
What's
Just
Dan's
great.
excuse? Some of that stuff they were saying was demented.
Disgusting.
Maybe they have a point, I don't know.
This is just so perfect because, if you're married with kids and your kids are away, this is so what it happens. It's like, you expect just what this Meg is saying, oh, you're going to go in and attack each other. Instead, you're like, oh, let me check my phone, let me check the mail. It's just like we're in our own patterns. And this script captures so perfectly that idea, especially of this married couple and, when the kids go away. So it's so well done.
Now, shaking your hips. Now, can you do this? Can you do this?
DVR'd The Good Wife.
Great, I'll make popcorn.
I love it. I love it. It just so establishes them, and in contrast then to the other couple we're gonna see, which is Gal Gadot and John Hamm.
Hi, Jack. Morning. Don't let anybody say that to you on a plane. Hi, Jack. Good morning, anyway. Morning.
I just love the awkwardness.
Hi, Diane.
Jeff, morning.
See those moving vans?
Oh, couldn't miss them.
Gosh.
So, any word on the new neighbors?
No.
Anything?
Nothing. Guarantee they're no Dave and Bridget.
Well, at least the summer's not a total loss. I mean, we got Junetoberfest to look forward
Yes, we do.
to. And our jobs.
Always have our jobs. By the way, how's it going upstairs?
Jesus, Jeff. You know I can't talk about what we do upstairs.
Yeah, I know. It's all right.
I think the screenwriter does an excellent job of like capturing this type
Morning, Sharon.
of life.
Hey, Sanjay.
Hey, Jeff, can I use your computer? I need to reorder my antidepressants.
Oh, of course. Your computer, Sue computer.
他是谁在你的后面？
哦，这是 Jeff。我们不能上网，因为我们的工作很重要、很机密。
Jeff 不啦，有他自己的网路呢。
因为 Jeff 干的是没用的事，因为是封闭的。
Okay, so Margaret's gonna show us the meaning of trust. Okay, Margaret, go ahead.
So this is a great setup where it's like anticipation, like they've already established that people haven't seen the home, like what kind of people, you know, buy a home without looking at it, all cash buyer. Now they're like gorgeous and their cars are all super fancy. It's just, you know, the mystery builds here.
Positive vectors one time.
One time.
And you try to get me bumped out into Muir's team. We're supposed to calculate.
So this is great. We already get like a sense as to how these characters, which we've established, feel about the new people. And a little bit of his like workplace environments.
Karen,
Hey, honey.
still spying on the neighbors?
Hi there.
Hello.
You must be Jeff. I'm Tim. This is my wife, Natalie.
We're the Joneses. Nice to meet you, Jeff.
Nice to meet you guys. That was a joke about spying.
It's a joke. So Natalie was just telling me that she's a social media consultant, right?
Yeah, I also write a cooking blog.
Oh, I love blogs.
Yeah, and I work with a charity for Sri Lankan orphans. Those are my biggest passions.
Natalie's got a big heart.
She has passions too. Why don't you tell me about the urinal?
Oh, no, please, it sounds interesting.
Let's. I'm thinking of Pittsburgh, maybe.
She's from Greece.
Oh.
No, but we've lived all over, and now it's finally time to plant some roots, right?
Oh.
I can't tell you how excited we are to be here on Maple Circle. Such a lovely street.
It really is.
Oh, thank
It
you.
really is.
We love it.
Really is. It's fascinating. In other cultures, they don't have anything like this.
No, they don't.
Chinese, for example, they don't even have a word for a street.
I like the fact that they set up that house blowing up. You hear John Hamm's voice, who is the one saying his life motto, and then the house blowing up, and then it says 2 weeks earlier. So that is definitely setting the ticking time bomb under the table, as the Hitchcock metaphor goes. And I think that's great, because if we were just all watching this without that little scene, you know, so often I'll go through, just an aside, so often I go through people's scripts and I'm like, what about that scene do you need in the first 10 pages, which translates roughly to the first 10 minutes of the movie? Like, do you absolutely need that right here? Or is that something that can be moved to page 11, page 12, page 13? Like, how far down can it be moved so that you can move up this stuff that makes us really care about the characters and really get sucked into this story that you're trying to tell us? I think the screenwriter did a brilliant job by having that tiny little voiceover that it's introducing us to this kind of neighborhoody place that they're in, to introduce to the world, but then immediately hit us with the explosion. It's like the 2-for-1 here with the voiceover plus the flash back to, you know, this is a flash forward, flash back. It's tricky. You gotta be careful, because you can throw people off when you're jumping around in time and when you're saying, oh, this was 2 weeks ago or 2 weeks later or something. It's like, why are we jumping in time? But I think this was a brilliant way to do it. It really sets this like ticking time bomb of like, what is gonna happen? Who's gonna be in that house when that happens? Anyone? Which of these 4 people that we're gonna care about? And already we get a sense of who these people are. They're the complete and utter opposites of the first couple that we see. I really think they're establishing why we like those characters that care so much about their kids, and yet they're, you know, home alone or thinking all these thoughts, and they're like, let's just watch the DVR shows. I mean, that's great. We know exactly who those characters are. We see how he is at work. He does like conflict management basically in HR. We see how she's an interior designer, but she's, you know, trying her best to like help clients even when, you know, their design is not really her aesthetic. And now we're meeting this couple. So often I say if you have like an ensemble that you want to do the introducing the 2+1 method, which is you introduce 2 characters to get us to understand who they are, and during that conversation mention a third, which is what they did with the realtor, because she was selling the house and she tells about the other characters, and then he's at work and she's sending, you know, pictures about who the new neighbors are. Now we know exactly who that first couple is. We know exactly who this in this environment is, and now we're gonna meet them, and we have a little inklings as to who they are already. Great way to introduce people, even if it's not an ensemble, right? I mean, this is a 4-person, like a 4-hander kind of movie, so I think it does work really well. Let me know what you guys thought. Have you watched Keeping Up with the Joneses? I definitely recommend that you should watch Keeping Up with the Joneses, because I found that the action was good. I found the acting was really well done. The story, what's behind it all, and the characters, and like why they need this journey. So you see how he's like in conflict management, and how he's kind of put upon, right? Everybody coming in his office, oh, can I borrow your computer? Can I borrow your computer? And even how she's a little bit of a pushover, right? Because she could push back and say, no, you don't want a urinal and, you know, Brooklyn bathroom or something. Maybe they need somebody who's a little stronger to push them through. But I think we see a lot of green flags in the first 10 minutes here of Keeping Up with the Joneses. I will see you for the next movie. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And as always, thank you so much to everyone who's subscribing, everyone who's watching. I'm just like so thankful you guys are getting something out of this. I really enjoy movies. I've seen so many movies. So if I can just find those little hidden gems and present them to you and show you good screenwriting or something to watch tonight, then I'm doing my job here. So I will see you for the next one. All right, bye.